Back to our project at last. Since the last time I bored you to tears, what I've done is backmask. We laid the tape out in the first part of this video. I had to do it in two parts. Otherwise Glenn would have been on my case. I laid out the blue edge, which will be the edge of the white stripe. Now, because what I want to do with this, and by the way, these are old rolls of tape. I never use the old rolls. I saved them for doing just what I'm going to do right now. See, this is an old roll of tape, but I don't want to paint on an old roll. I want to use a brand new roll. So what I want to do with this tape is I just want to lay out where the white stripe is going to be. Well, I don't need to have a brand new piece of tape to do this, because what's going to happen, I want to lay out a green stripe inside. When I paint the white, I want the green to be a stripe that's laid out perfectly here. So what I'm trying to show is pretty much an easy way to do that is, this is old tape, and we can pretty much, well, I'll do one side here. All this is going to be is a spacer. I'm using this to space. It's going to give me a pretty accurate, when I pull this up, this part will be white. And I don't care if this gets a little wrinkled here. It's not going to make any difference right now because we're not using this tape. And by the way, old tape, as it gets old, it gets stickier and stickier and harder to get to lay down. Another trick, and I'll just show this trick because there's no reason not to. A great trick when you're trying to bend 1/4 inch tape. Forget about 1/4 inch tape. I see that when I go to bend it up here, it wrinkles all up. Well, there's an easier way to do this. Real easy, in fact. We'll just do it with 2 pieces of 1/8 inch. We have 1/8 inch. It's old tape. We're not going to use it to make an edge. So let me just find the end of it. Be nice if I had some fingernails. What I can do is lay, because the 1/8 inch tape will lay out a lot easier as it goes around a corner. Now the vinyl tape sometimes will make wrinkles in the corner. Just ask Chip Foose. That's why they have all these different kinds of green tape and blue tape. But you never know until you go to lay the tape out by how old it is, and also the temperature. You can warm the tape up sometimes and get away with that. I don't really like doing that though. But it's always a good idea to warm the tape up when you pull it up. What happens is a lot less of the glue stays on the paint that way, which that is a good tip, by the way. Now we got to do our Chip Foose thing here. Or is it Bitch and Rides? I'm not sure. I think I ought to grow a beard. Karen can't stand that guy. I'd like to go up and shave his beard when he's sleeping. Maybe his wife feels that way too. I don't know. Now that would be, if we were doing an 1/8 inch stripe, that'd be fine. What I'm going to do is lay another 1/8 inch stripe. This is going to allow me to really get this really accurate. And believe me, you can see that when it's off, I can see the thickness of a pencil line that it's off. And again, we used this for many years doing model plane paint jobs where they were judged for just the slightest little imperfection and you got traded to Denver. So what this is, and this is the kind of thing, if you don't do a lot of painting and you stumble into something, that's difficult. Making that curve is very difficult. Now we also have to, and I'll do it all off camera, I have to make the equivalent pattern for the tail section. And I want to, but it'll be exactly like this, except it'll be the shape that we're going to use on the tail section. Now what that is, because it's old throwaway tape, that lets me set up my green stripe. Now, here's the point. This is the good tape I'm going to use. This is $10 a roll right now. So I'm going to jack up Luciano's bill here by $10 because I had to go buy. I didn't have 1/4 inch tape. Kawasaki in their eternal wisdom. See, if I use this old tape up, yeah, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but then sometimes the edge looks crappy. There's no substitute. You're going to do a job. This is like a $500 paint job, so I want to get, I don't want to have the tape be the reason it doesn't look real nice. And of course, because it's for Luciano. So now we know this is fresh tape. If this doesn't bend around the corner the way we want, we also have, we can do it with 2 pieces of 1/8 inch and then just tape the middle seam. But once, if I could show this, I'm just happy that once in a while I can show something that people can use. And every time I watch one of those custom car shows or Chip Foose or whoever, you know, I always see something I can put in the bank. Now because this is new tape as opposed to old tape, you might notice it's actually bending the way it should. But every time I go to buy tape, it's $1 more a roll than the time before. It's unbelievable. And in the early days of doing modeling, we used to cut our own tape with a ruler. Mike Rogers was real good at doing that. All right, can dig it. When you ever can't find a razor, this is a good trick. You put the razor down, you can't find it, just do this. Ah, there it is, oh my God. Gotta tell a quick story, this is really not funny. This is the kind of thing. Everybody that works in my shop knows there's X-Acto knives everywhere. When you're done with these number 11 blades, I can't even take this one out, it's got glue on it. Anyway, you throw them in the garbage. This is a true story. Won't mention any names, but somebody had dropped the razor blade into the garbage bag. And you know, you pull a garbage bag up and you want to tie it, you always go and that's a true story. Now, here's the point, and I'll try to do this. Let me do this up really close. Let me get the camera moved. So I think once you see this, this is, now if we were going to use this stripe here, we take another layer of tape and go right around the middle. When I pull this up, what that is going to give me, because now I'm going to go outside and paint this all white. Everything that's not backmask gets painted white. But then when I pull this blue tape up, and I'll do the other side in the back, when I pull this blue tape up, it's going to give me this color stripe that's going to separate the bright green from the dark green. And I think it's going to look pretty dramatic. Unlike Chip Foose, I don't have any artsy skills that I can make a rendering, but I have a good feeling when I look in my mind. Now, another thing, this is small things. Because this is old tape, it always leaves a little bit of a residue. Isopropyl alcohol is the way to get that up. I don't have any sitting here. I got to go out to the garage and get it. But a little bit of isopropyl alcohol just before we paint it, or Sikkens M600. Now what that hopefully is going to give us is this will be white. When I pull this up, it'll be green. This will be white. We'll be ready to put the Kawasaki wording down there. And hopefully at some point in time, I just think my color is going to look a lot better than that. But all in the eye of the beholder. All in the eye of the beholder. All right, I know this was a long day, a lot of video, and now you can go to sleep. But and if you're bored, hey, that's why they put a delete button on these things. But I think a lot of people really do like to see this, and I enjoy doing it this way just to show people what's involved in the work that we do here in the shop. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember that railroad channel now, Windy Ertnowski Trains. I think Paul did it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching.